Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, November 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. At our root, we have the Empress, which is absolutely beautiful, and we have the Death card. So if we have Scorpio energy in our natal chart, or we're born on the cusp with Scorpio, this part of our personality is going to come out very strongly at our root. It's going to be really guiding us during this time. But we're also finding a transformation in ourselves, one that has us embracing power, but there can also be something around power, and it's taking us in a different direction, or in a direction that we really never expected walking down. So do be mindful of that. We then have the Two of Cups, which is unity and love, and that's really quite beautiful. This is the Minor Arcana Lovers card. The Seven of Fire, the Seven of Wands, is a sense of standing our ground, but also knowing when to fight and when not to. You know, when to move forward towards what we want and what we desire, and when to say, you know what, this person is never going to get it, they're never going to see it, they're never going to understand, and I'm not wasting my time or my energy. That's going to be really important for us. Then we have our emotional self. We have the Five of Swords. We're going to be facing something that we have faced before. Inwardly, we're being told here, you know, we're going to want to fight. We're going to want to fight instantaneously and be like, oh, this battle, I know this battle. I can totally, you know, win or conquer or whatever. And Spirit's saying, like, be mindful, because we have the Three of Swords right here. The heart is carrying a lot, and the heart is actually overthinking, overanalyzing, overfeeling. And I know it sounds like an odd thing to say when we say the heart is overfeeling, but it's like, we're facing, again, this precipice that's taking us somewhere big, okay? That's uniting us with love, that's having us fall into balance and into harmony with ourselves and what we want and what we need. And what we have here is a lot of our old insecurities coming up that says, you'll never be happy. You know, you'll never get to have what it is that you greatly want. And there's going to be this feeling within us that says, you know what, you're absolutely right. I'm never going to get to be what I want to be or embrace what I want to embrace. So I'm going to step back. I'm going to deny myself. And Spirit's saying here, stop that. Stop that instantaneously. Excuse me. With the Three of Pentacles coming in, there's a sense of us working with others, right? We're also going to have to remember not to give everybody the credit, right? And not to take the credit all ourselves. We're going to either go to one extreme or the other in whatever it is that we're doing. Here, it's slowly and steadily knowing that we're building something beautiful, and that it's building with the help of others, but also with this firm sense of, I help, I contribute, I'm a powerful part of this. Also, with the Three of Pentacles, there's this sense of the wisdom and the prosperity from each build of us, okay, each evolution of us. So as a child, as an adult, right, and as wisdom, as maturity, we're going to find that these aspects of our lives are coming forward, and it can be that we're starting to focus more on one than the other, and it can be that we're focusing on our childhoods, the shouldas, the couldas, the wouldas, the injustices that happen to us, and it can also be that we're really looking towards the future, and it can be overwhelming for us. So there needs to be this balance to us. Our adulthood also, we could be sitting there and saying, but this wasn't what I planned, this wasn't what I thought, or even if it is what I thought, how do I keep this going? It's going to project us to the future. With the Lovers coming in, that's Gemini energy, right? And there's the sense of passion, but also the sense of connection with our sister energy, because Gemini is the sister energy of Sagittarius. And so here we're embracing questioning, we're embracing love, we're embracing, desire and passion, and where it is that we want to be, and how it is that we want to move forward, and what it is that we desire within our lives, and how it is that we want to express and expand ourselves. So that's going to be really important. And if we have this within our natal chart, well, it's coming through very powerfully in our public arena. And there's also going to be the sense of, I need to love it, I need to love it, or else why would I do it? I need to be passionate about it, or why would I waste my time? So we have to be mindful about that, because that can kind of corrupt things. It can make us not do certain things that we really need to do, just because it doesn't hold the same joy to us. It doesn't hold the same, passion, desire, understanding that something that we really were just excited about would. So do be mindful there. Let's look at the energy we are to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have the Princess of Wands. Now, this is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this is our energy also coming forward. There is a sense that we can be a little bit impatient and a little bit diva-esque about certain things. So do be mindful of that. It's the energy of this person is acting like a princess. But there's also the sense of a person around us can be acting like a princess. And so we're going to get frustrated with them, because it's going to be like, well, look at the bigger picture. Look at what you're moving towards. Look at what is needed. Look at what you desire. Stop just thinking this is the only road, and if I can't walk that road, then everything has to burn. Because that's going to be something that we run up against during this time. And that's also going to be something that really aggravates us, because we're going to be looking at this person and thinking, I was there, like I know what you're going through, I see this fire energy, I relate to this fire energy, I get it, but you're making a terrible decision. And sometimes, as hard as it is to say, some people have to make their terrible decisions. As much as we would like them to be able to get on the right path, be able to get their lives in order, and be able to, embrace prosperity and success and bounty, sometimes, people make really, really bad decisions. And Spirit is showing me that some of us, not all of us, but some of us can very well be dealing with somebody like that. And it can break our hearts. It really can. It's like, you have all that passion, you have all that talent, utilize it this way. Don't go down that road. It's going to be so much harder than you imagine. So just be mindful of that. There's something here with that. It almost makes me want to cry, because there's just the sense of sorrow. It's just the sense of, it's kind of like somebody saying, baby girl, do you know how hard it's going to be? Or baby boy, just like that person who just really loves you, really cares for you. You can feel that way with somebody. Somebody can feel that way about decisions that we have made. I don't know where exactly this is coming from or why, but it really is quite intense. So do be mindful of it. Do be mindful of it during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Abundance. That's our root chakra. Our root chakra is the fact that we are meant to live in abundance. We're meant to live in prosperity. And abundance isn't the big, house and the fancy cars. It is being able to pay our bills. It's being able to put groceries on the table. It's being able to do all these things that are fundamentally important, are, our quality of life things. And so here we're meant to live in abundance. And Spirit is saying to embrace our root, to embrace the essence of ourselves is to embrace abundance, is to embrace what we desire, what we need as we move forward. Because we're looking at here the Empress, and we're looking at claiming this throne that we never knew we had, this voice that we didn't realize we lost. But there's also this beautiful sense with the Empress of nurturing what it is that we're going to be birthing forward within the world. Now, it can mean literally giving birth, but it, for me, more means figuratively what it is that we are creating that the world gets to take part of. Maybe not everybody in the world, right? But if you share something with a few people, with a handful of people, even with one or two people, that's enough. That's impacting the world in a really real way, especially if it's positive energy, vibrational things. It's changing the course. It's bringing something more to the table. And we have to stop poo-pooing ourselves and thinking, oh, it's not enough. It is enough. If you sit there and bake cookies and excuse me, and in the afternoon you get to have cookies with your kids or grandkids, that's important. That's beautiful. That's a memory being made. And that's something absolutely lovely coming forward, or with our nieces and nephews. That's something absolutely wonderful coming forward in our lives. And Spirit's going to say these are going to be little things. Like if you see here, there are the will-o'-the-wisps in the darkness. There's these little balls of light, these little, you could call them fairies if you want to get whimsical about it, but I do think will-o'-the-wisp is whimsical also. So you're going to be seeing that you're guided in this way, you're guided in that way. And it's like, oh, these little things start adding up. It starts moving us in a very intense and powerful direction. It leads us to the death card. It leads us to the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. There's almost a sense of, as I bring this out into this world, as I start to embrace this way of my passion, my soul, my development, my ideas, I start to have the game changed. I start to, see more of me coming forward, more of what I desire, more of what I want, more of what I need, more of where it is that I want to be within my life. And that's changing the game. That's the rebirth of self. That's the passion. That's the insight. But there's also a sense of us walking between worlds, during this time. And it's the sense of the spiritual and the earthly plane really coming together, and us understanding that spiritual and earthly connection, that spiritual and earthly, bonding that's guiding us forward. And it's also going to be powerful because, there just seems to be, it's almost like, and this might sound funny to some, but it's almost like Halloween opens up a gate, right? And we have, isn't it called Samhain, with the original Celtic, celebration of Halloween, where the realm between the earthly world and the spirit world is the thinnest. And that's why we have All Saints Day and All Hallows Eve on this day, because there is that sense of I can connect, the Day of the Dead, I can connect to my ancestors, I connect to who I need to connect with. And we're going to be connecting with somebody here with this transformation, with this desire. And it's going to be this connection of love. It's going to be this connection of guidance. It's going to be this connection of the doors opening, walk this way, see things this way. And there's going to be new patterns and ideas that we are developing, embracing, and being guided by. The Two of Cups comes in, and the Two of Cups says, I love you. The Two of Cups says we are united, that we are moving forward. And it doesn't mean that we have to meet somebody, right? It means that we have to understand that even if we're not with somebody, Spirit is connecting with us, that the sacred feminine and sacred masculine within us are connecting, that there is a sense of power and insight and ideas and passion and understanding that's pushing us forward, that's guiding us towards something more, that's leading us to something bigger and better than we have imagined. And what's happening here is there's going to be this energy that's around us, and it comes from the heart. It's kind of like, I don't want to trust anything too much yet, because things might fall apart, things might not work out the way that I want them to. And the Seven of Fire is this sense of, I have to defend myself. I have to know that I always have to be on guard, because I have to know what is coming my way, who is attacking me and why. And what Spirit is saying here is like, step back, and don't let yourself be, don't let yourself always be on guard or always think that we're going to be attacked, because that's a very energy draining, overwhelming way to live. What Spirit is saying here is to embrace our passion, to embrace what we desire within our lives, to embrace, where it is that we want to be, and to move forward with that dedication, saying that, yes, I'm going to defend myself when the time comes and when I need to defend myself. But if I take life as a battlefield that never stops, that I always have to kind of charge up against, that's going to be something that's just going to take all my energy away and leave me in a very sad, very melancholy, very morose state. And it brings us to the Five of Swords, because emotionally, we're fighting a battle that we fought before. Now, this could be something as recurring as depression or anxiety or OCD or something like that, something where it feels like a battle always when when it rears its ugly head, it feels completely overwhelming. But we're also going to find that it could be other things like interactions with people, or being afraid to move forward in a certain direction. This fear comes up, and it's not the first time we've visited this fear, but it's going to feel now like I just have to destroy it. I just have to make it go away. And what Spirit's saying here is like, no, what we have to do emotionally, and have to is a harsh word to use, but it is going to be important. What we have to do is we have to step into our pain. And it's not that we have to let ourselves be completely overwhelmed by it, but we have to acknowledge that pain. That's what the Three of Swords is saying. We have to acknowledge our pain, our hurt, our disappointment, our chaos, our despair, and understand that that can be trying to rip us apart, that these are scars that we've carried for so long. It's kind of like when a muscle atrophies because it's been in a cast for a really long time. It becomes very painful to move, to walk on. You get very tired very easily. And so what Spirit is saying here is be aware. Be aware of the pain that has atrophied part of us. Be aware of the hurt that we've carried onto, or held onto, there we go, so long that if we touch it, like if something even remotely like blows against this wound, this triggering thing, all of a sudden it becomes larger than life, and we're right on to defense mode, because this doesn't have us embracing our heart the way Spirit wants us to embrace our heart. So it's going to be a little bit tricky here. It's going to be a little bit more tricky because it's also personal than we had expected. The Three of Pentacles is understanding the evolution of ourselves, the child, the adult, the wisdom, the maturity. There is also the sense of working together, of knowing that I can't do this alone. It can be getting advice from people who we really trust and really love, but ultimately knowing that it's our decision, it's our, practice and purpose that leads us forward, and that there's going to be this need to look at the past and look at the present, but the past and the future, but not forget about the present. So the past and the future are going to become very big things within our lives, but we can't forget the present, and it's going to be very easy to forget the present. So do be mindful of that. It leads us to the Lovers. With the Lovers here is passion. We're gaining our passion back. That's why we're meeting this resistance during this time, and we're doubting ourselves, and we're fearing, and we're feeling overwhelmed. Spirit is saying here, passion is coming back into our lives. Passion is embracing our lives. Or if we have already had passion, it's being amplified. We're moving forward in what we love. We're embracing what we love without, being apologetic, without thinking it's silly, without, saying, oh my gosh, what will people think? It's like, no, but this is me, and I get to be me. If everybody gets to be themselves, I get to be me. I'm moving forward in love and in harmony, and in, trying to make this world a better, calmer, more beautiful place. I get to embrace that. I get to live in that energy, in that purpose, in that dedication. It moves us then to our subconscious energy that we have to be mindful of, and it's the King of Wands. It's fire, determination, focus, passion. It's our tempers getting the best of us. It's other people's tempers getting the best of us. It's the sense of it has to burn bright or it doesn't burn at all. It has to be all consuming or it doesn't matter. And what Spirit is saying here is like, that's the wrong idea. And that's going to be corruptive during this time. But we also have to be mindful not to get in our own way. Our subconscious chakra energy is truth. This is our third chakra, speaking our truth, embracing our truth, standing by our truth. It's like, this is what I believe, this is what I see, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is how I'm moving forward. And living that truth, that reverberation of voice, and knowing that these are my words and they have power. That's going to be intense and beautiful for us. Our subconscious rooted energy is strength. Now, this is Leo energy, so if we have Leo energy in our chart, it comes through here. But this is also a sense of our greatest strength is gaining our power, standing before that storm, standing before the change, and understanding that we're not going to be the same after this. It's not about being able to fight anything. It's nothing to fight. It's nothing to rage against. It's nothing, really tangible. What it is this next stage in our life. It's the chapter opening, and the fact that an ending can be bittersweet and a beginning can be terrifying. Our subconscious inner self is the Moon. Now, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is the Empress, and the Empress is coming through twice. We're embracing our voice, we're finding our peace, we're having things be illuminated around us, we're seeing things more intricately and interestingly to ourselves. We're embracing power, insight, ideas, and determination. We're also having that connection. You know, when we talk about the lone wolf, and there's always that romanticized idea of the lone wolf out there, that's a very sad wolf. Wolves are pack animals. Human beings are pack animals. We need that connection. We need that bond, however it is that we get it. And so here, what Spirit is saying is to connect, and to connect with the passion and the power of who we are, even if it takes a little while for us to find that. But don't negate ourselves. We're going to tend to do that a little bit too easily, to negate ourselves during this time, to go, oh my gosh, you know, I just can't. But don't walk away from you. Our subconscious emotional self is the Nine of Swords. I mean, we're going to be so much in our own heads emotionally. We're going to feel something. We're going to think that it's all our fault. You know, so we have to be very, very mindful of this during this time. The Nine of Swords is worry, doubt, and fear. We're going to have a lot of worry, doubt, and fear coming forward. What we have to do, and again, the word have to is harsh, but it's important here, is look at what's been holding us back. Look at the fear that we have and be able to name it, be able to state it, be able to claim our power to move forward and move to where it is that we want to be, because this is worry, this is doubt, this is sleepless nights, this is chaos, and we can't be ruled by chaos. But it's going to try. Our subconscious public arena self is the King of Wands. So as much as we have to be mindful of the King of Wands, you know, this overaction, this over firiness within our own temperament, the King of Wands is going to be our subconscious way forward. It's going to be the fact that we rule. This is us coming through as a king, as the highest court card, you know, in the line of the wands. And so here we're going to be claiming our power, claiming our voice, knowing what it is that we want, being very focused on the passion that gets us out of bed in the morning, and very focused on our goals, knowing that our goals matter. And that's going to be one of the things that keeps us from kind of spiraling too deep, is that our goals matter, our prosperity matters, our passion matters. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the complexity that is this time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius.